Hello guys, I am going to cover some videos on CSES range queries question since there are not much videos available on YouTube on the range queries. I decided to make a series. Later on, I am going to make a series on some really cool DSA problems. Today, I am making video on the first question of range queries, which is static range sum queries. So, uh, since this is first question, it is simple. It is just prefix sum. What the question is that you are given an array of n integers and you have to process two queries. In every query, you have to tell the sum from range A to B. So if we see that sample test case right here, okay, 8 and 4. 8 is the number of elements in the array, and then there are 4 queries. For every query, we have to tell the sum from 2 to like range, which is here from the first element to the second element. Like for the first query, it is 2 to 4. So these are the elements from 2 to 4, and their sum is 11. For second query, we have 5 to 6. So these are the elements from 5 to 6, which is, and their sum is 2. For the third query, it is just 1 to 8, which is whole array. And for the last query, it is just 3 to 3, which is element 4. So if you will apply brute force, like for every query, you run a loop from A to B and then compute its sum, it would definitely give TLE since the ranges constraints are big for that. And if you already don't know prefix sum, then here it is. What we do in prefix sum is, let's say we have an array. For every index, we calculate the sum of that all of its previous elements. Like for the first element, it is the sum of that element only. For the second element, it is sum of first element plus second element, which means it covers from here to here. For the third element, it contains the sum of first, second, and third element. For the fourth, it covers sum from 1 to 4th, and so on. Now, how this helps is if we want the sum from range A to B, we just uh, for sum A to B, we have the prefix of B minus prefix of A minus 1. How this works is, let's say for A to B, this is our prefix sum, but we want this red line only, that this sum of from A to B. So what we don't need is this sum. We want all the prefix of B other than this part. So what we will do, we will subtract this part, and this part is nothing but prefix of A minus 1. You can imagine it like that. If we have sum from here to here, but we want only this part, so we will remove the prefix of A minus 1. That's how this is done. So basically, sum of, I am writing it again, A to B is prefix of B minus prefix of A minus 1. You just need to check one edge case when A is the first element itself. So A minus 1 would be negative index. So then you don't have to subtract anything. If I show you code here, okay. So in my code, what I have done, I have just taken the array, and for every element, I have just stored the sum of all its previous elements. Like for every element, I am taking adding its value to the sum, and I am computing the prefix array. Now for every query which is from L to R, since these are one, so I'm also subtracting one here. I'm having the prefix of B minus and the edge case, that if L is 1, then you don't need to subtract anything. Otherwise, you need to subtract the, remember, prefix of A minus 1. Since this is one index, so prefix of L minus 2. That's it for this video. Thank you.